Hi, welcome to my first ever live on YouTube. If you're tuning in, welcome. My name is Faith. In this video, I'm going to have a chat with you about how to start your fat loss journey. As I wait for everyone to get on, I'll keep talking. So, welcome. My name is Faith. I'm delighted that you're coming to this live with me. What's happening? So, today, I'm going to talk about what is that? Hi, welcome to this live. My name is Faith. How can I hear myself? I'm trying to get rid of the echo. I don't know why it's happening. Okay, not yet. Okay, what is this? In this video, I'm going to share with you how to start your fat loss journey. Oh my goodness, you've not been hearing. I hope you're hearing. Okay. I might need to restart this. But I'm hearing I have an echo. I don't know why I have echo. I'm sorry, guys. So I think since many of you have joined, probably that was just okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let me see. Okay. Yeah, it was playing. I'm sorry, it was playing. There was a one playing, and okay, now I think you can hear me, right? I'm just going to restart it because I think I was talking in air. Hello, welcome to this first live on my YouTube. It's my first time doing this, so bear with me. It's been all over the place, but I think now we are fine. So, I'm going to talk about how to start a fat loss journey. And if you have a notebook, it would be great for you to take some notes because I've grouped it in different ways. I've grouped it in mindset, where we're going to look at the mind you need to have if you're starting your fitness journey. You can start fitness at any time. People think when you want to start your fitness journey, start it at the beginning of the year. I like to do things at awkward times as myself. I usually start things even in the middle of the month. On 20th, I can decide to change something that I want to start. So it's not too late for you to start. That's the first mindset I want to tell you. It's not too late for you to start anything, even if you are in June. Today is June 6th because I'm in Australia. It's 7:22 a.m. But it's not late for you to start anything that you want to do. We still have another 6 months to get to the end of the year. And in the next 6 months, you can decide to be a better person. So just have that mindset that it's possible for you to do something that you've decided you're going to do. So the next thing I want to talk about is clarifying the reason as to why you want to start your fitness journey. My reasons are different from your reasons, and your reasons are different from anyone's reasons. When I started my fat loss journey last year, 2023, my goal was to lose the fat and get back in shape, having had my second child, my daughter. And I know it's hard for you to start. Starting is the most difficult thing anyone can do because, as we know it from physics, they say a body stays in its state of rest unless compelled by an external force to act otherwise. So, that force of you starting should be greater than the comfort that you have in your staying where you are. When I'm coaching my clients, I tell them that the pain of change should be greater than the pain of staying the same, implying that every time you want to change your life, look at the reasons as to why staying in that place is going to cause you issues. If it's fat loss, ask yourself, if I stayed in this shape that I'm in a year from now, what am I going to get out of this? Probably you'll be out of shape. Probably you'll develop these lifestyle diseases, diabetes, hypertension, anxiety. Probably you will be digging your grave, digging your grave literally, because if you're not healthy, however much you have all the money in the world, it's not going to be of any help to you if you cannot be healthy and in the best shape that you want to be. So that should be a more compelling reason than you saying, I want to get in shape to look a given type of way. So after you figure out the reason, keep it somewhere that you're going to see this reason every day. There are days, even me as a person who loves fitness, when I don't want to move myself. There are those days when I don't want to eat the chicken, the broccoli, and I want to eat the cookie, the cake. But I always remind myself that I'm doing this for the future me. The reasons as to why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I want to live long. I have children. Don't want to die in my 30s. I want to live as long as I can live, to see my kids grow, to enjoy my family. So those are more compelling reasons than the reason of saying I'm going to start a fat loss to fit in a dress. So clarify the reasons as to why you want to lose body fat. I'm a person who loves journaling, and journaling has really changed my life. If I tell you how many journals I have, I actually recently just bought a brand new one. This one is empty. I just bought it recently. But I love having a notebook where I write my thoughts, where I write my fears, where I write my wins, where I write things that I've failed in. And it gives you perspective in a sense that you have your own place that you can use to do the things that you want to do. So you could get yourself a journal and track your fitness. You might not write your workouts, but I'll talk about that later. But you have a journal where you write the things that are going to help you. You write your vision, you write your ideal self. There are moments whereby, if you've seen any of my YouTube videos, you'll see that I was at 220 pounds. When I got out of the hospital, I was 215 pounds. But when I got back home after giving back to my daughter, I gained another 5 pounds. So when I stopped on my weighing scale, it's in pounds. That's why I'm saying pounds, but that's like 100 kilograms. I looked at the weight and I was like, whoa, what really happened? Because I was breastfeeding and nursing my daughter, the weight kept on increasing because I also wanted to eat. And when you're a new mom, you can understand that most times you're really so hungry, you want to eat whatever food is put in front of you. And when that happened, I saw that the weight was not going. But I knew that if I'd done it the previous time, and gladly I had proof to show that I had lost weight when I had my first child, I knew that it was possible. And as everyone says it, when you've had a child, most times it's hard for you to lose the weight the second time. So it was longer for me to lose the weight the second time. But again, I had proof to rely on and say, okay, this has worked previously, and I accept the pain is going to take me to change myself. And I know if I keep going, it will happen. So, mindset is a very important component for any fitness journey. We always see that at the beginning of the year, many people say, I'm going to lose fat. And they might start a fitness routine for the whole of January. But by the time it gets to March, they've abandoned everything. And what happens most of those times is because the motivation for a new slate that you get at the beginning of a year dwindles away, and they're not able to continue doing what they're supposed to do. So clarify your mind. The exercise I'm telling you is that sit and write down why you want to achieve that weight loss, why you want to start that fitness journey. And after you've done that, then get to work. Many of us undermine what it takes to lose fat. We think, okay, I love to work out 5 days a week. But losing fat and starting a fitness journey can even just start by you walking 3 kilometers every day. If you followed me on Instagram, nowadays I'm no longer an Instagram person that much, but on Instagram, I've always documented my fitness journey. There's a time where I used to just run 3 kilometers for 5 days a week. And by the time a month ended, I had lost up to 5 kilograms, which is like 12 pounds. And there's also a time whereby I just decided to walk for 30 minutes every single day, whether it was raining, whether it was snowing. Of course, we don't have snow in Australia. Whether it was cold, I decided to walk. And by the fact that I created myself that momentum and I had a habit tracker, I'll leave a link in case any of you wants to get it in the description of this live, but you can find it on my YouTube. That habit tracker would give me an aptitude whereby every time I'll do a habit, I'll tick it off. I'll tick it off. And in that way, I was able to develop the consistency, because it's always hard for you to start. But when you start, most times you can keep going because you're doing it on a regular basis. So do not undermine the power of walking. If you're really out of shape and you cannot run, start by walking. Walking. If you're fortunate to have two legs, walking is free. You can walk outside. If you have a treadmill, go to walk 30 minutes a day. If you did 30 minutes for a month, even if that's all you're changing in your fitness routine or wellness routine, you'll be able to see a difference. It might be a 1 kilogram loss, but you'll have been able to see a difference that walking has done. If any of this resonates with you, please, I want to see that we are interacting with the video. And if you have any questions, just leave them for me in the chat and I'll be sure to answer them. So do not undermine the power of those small little habits such as walking. And walking is really free. Us right now, we are in winter, but other places of the world, it's sunny. You can walk to the beach, you can walk with your kids, you can walk as you talk to a friend, you can walk as you listen to a podcast, you can walk as you pray. Just incorporate walking. So we've done that. We've clarified the reason as to why you want to lose weight. We've talked about mindset, and we've talked about the power of moving your body, the power of steps. Those three things can be a starting point if you can't do what I'm going to share next. So the next thing is going to be your nutrition. Many people find it so easy to work out. I'm a person who loves the gym. I love working out. But if you don't fix your nutrition, you're not going to be able to see the results you're after. The results you're after come in the sense of seeing the scale drop, seeing your fitness improve, seeing yourself start to lose the body fat, start to shrink your waist, start to see muscle definition, start to feel confident in your skin. So, nutrition is a very important component. In October 2023, I did a challenge. Was it September, October? I did a challenge where I took some ladies through my approach when it comes to fat loss. The many of them who joined were able to lose up to 5 kilograms by the end of the challenge. But the most important thing is to figure out your total daily energy expenditure. If you go on Google and you put in that word, total daily energy expenditure, there will be a calendar that will be displayed. Not a calendar. There will be a website that will be displayed showing you how to calculate your total daily energy expenditure. The amount of energy that you expend as a person every single day is different from the amount of energy me as Faith that I'll expend. And that rotates around your age, your height, your weight, your physical activity. So if you put in those components, it will be able to give you a rough estimate of how many calories you expend in a day. And when you have that number as a ballpark, you're going to look at it and be able to create a caloric deficit. So what is a caloric deficit, you may ask? A caloric deficit is when you burn more than what you're consuming. Burning calories comes down to the food that you eat. It needs to be digested in your stomach to reach all the body organs that it needs to do its work. It also comes down to non-exercise activity thermogenesis. These things like now I'm moving my hands, I'm burning calories. That is a non-exercise. Things like you're fidgeting, things that you're writing, things that you're plaiting hair, things that you're shaking your head, all those require calories. And that falls into the NEAT, which is called the non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So the third energy, the way you burn the energy is through physical activity. Physical activities, the gymming, the walking, the running, the tennis, the squats, anything that you do that requires physical energy falls into the physical activity. Then the last is the basal metabolic rate. The basal metabolic rate is the amount of energy that is needed to just maintain your body. I think you might have heard of people who people who are in coma and they lose weight. When these people are in coma and they lose weight, you know what happens? It's because these people are burning calories as they lie in their beds. So they also, give me a second, my daughter is awake. So it's because these people also lose weight because their body still has to function as they do the activities of sleeping. If you're in a coma, people will end up losing weight because their body is burning weight. So that basal metabolic rate is usually the amount of weight, or the basal metabolic rate is usually the amount of energy that you burn just at rest, pumping blood to your heart, pumping blood to your brain, excretion, and all that falls into the basal metabolic rate. So when you determine your total daily energy expenditure, you're able to know how much you need to create a caloric deficit. And for me as a person, I don't weigh my food. I eat based on how I feel. But my most important thing when it comes to feeding is that I'm able to eat enough protein. I can't emphasize this. If you want to lose fat, if you want to change your body structure, eat enough protein as possible. Eating enough protein is going to come down to knowing what foods are protein rich. Foods which are protein rich include beef, chicken, beans, peas, fish, anything that comes from yogurt, some nuts. You make sure that on every time that you eat on your plate, half of that plate is full of a protein source. Then the rest you can divide into carbohydrates and also into fats. Actually, fats should be a little bit smaller. I don't have a plate here, but what would happen is that you have the plate, then half of it is the protein, then the other quarter is your carbohydrates, and the other quarter is your fats. And if you keep eating like this every single day, you'll be able to see the scale drop. Even if you don't do any exercise, so long as your nutrition is optimized, you'll be able to start seeing a difference in how you look, in how you feel. So, nutrition is a very important component on your fat loss journey. Do not neglect it. Number 3 is training. If you've done the walking, you've done the nutrition, it's training. There's so many videos on YouTube that you can use for training. But if you want to lose fat, you have to make sure that that caloric deficit is also depicted in the type of workouts that you do. If your goal is to reduce the fat, you have to make sure you increase a little bit of strength training. Strength training comes down to things that you do that require you to use some strength. Many people think that when you lift weights, you're going to turn out to look like a man. Weightlifting does not cause you to be a man. Weightlifting, in fact, helps shrink the fat of your muscles and your muscles will become tight. I like to give an example of 1 kilogram of feathers. 1 kilogram of feathers would end up filling up a room because the volume is big. But 1 kilogram of muscle would be like a block of cheese. It will be compact in one place. So as you build muscle, the muscle fibers become compact. They become dense in a sense that they will occupy a small area compared to a 1 kilogram of feathers. So you can do strength training using just your body weight. I think it's called calisthenics. There are so many YouTube videos on YouTube. You can just find, even if you just started by just doing home squats. In the pandemic, I didn't have so much of weights, but I was lucky my husband got me some weights, but I was able to use those weights to do my workouts. I had a kettlebell swing and 2 dumbbells, plus some 2 kilogram dumbbells that I used to use for my arms. But you can start by just doing body weights, start by doing air squats, start by doing some burpees. If you have a step, you can decide to do step. Most of those exercises are going to be more of the conditioning type of cardio exercises. And I have a YouTube video on my YouTube. I'll leave it in the description of this live once I'm done with it. So in that, you're able to start moving your body. And believe me, if you start moving your body and you start seeing the results, what's going to happen is that as time goes, you end up being motivated to continue working out. There are so many girls I've seen at my gym when they started the gym. They used to be in a given shape, like they're out of shape. But now, since they've done it consistently, they even keep showing up. They're like, "Oh, Faith, I haven't seen you in a week." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I've just been busy." But because when you start seeing the results coming, you pick the motivation to keep doing what you're doing. Many of us lose the motivation because we don't see the results. And I'd like to tell it to you that fat loss at the start is going to be hard because you're challenging your mindset first to start something that you've not been doing. And also, you're creating new habits that you are not inherently used to. It's not going to be an easy journey. But if you keep doing it, what will happen? You'll see yourself progress along that journey of your fat loss. The essence of it is not giving up. I like to share this. Like in January, I was in a very bad state. I never worked out. February, actually, it got to like 20th of February, and that's when I started my workout. And when I started my workout, what happened is I just started like, okay, I'm going to walk because I didn't have anything in me to go to gym. I was feeling down. I just lost my dad. But I said, okay, let me start with something that I can handle. Start with what you can handle. You can look at yourself and say, what can I do right now? That's a question I always ask myself. What can I do today to start what I want to achieve? Do not start so big saying, okay, I'll work out 7 days a week or I'll eat healthy 100 times a week or this month. But what you do, you tell yourself and you're like, okay, today is the 6th of June or the 5th of June? What can I do tomorrow morning on 6th of June? I can decide to start small. I can decide to walk. I can decide to clean my pantry. I can decide to project where I see myself 30 days from now. Give yourself 30 days and you're like, okay, in 30 days, this is what I want to have achieved. And believe me, in those 30 days, if you keep at it and you keep laser focused on that goal, 30 days will come and you'll see that you'll have made progress towards the person you want to be. Fitness is not a gimmick. People think you lose weight today and go back to your old self. As soon as you lose the weight and go back to your old self, it will take you probably 6 months and you'll be back to where you started from before you even started your first fat loss journey. So it's just a journey. I've seen on you, or let's say on YouTube, and there are those biggest losers. You see a biggest loser loses 100 pounds, let's say 90 days, and you check on them 2 years later, they're even worse than the time they lost 100 days, than the time they lost 100 pounds. So it's about pacing yourself. And as you make a habit of starting to live healthy, living a healthy lifestyle, doing things in a healthy way, what happens is that you end up seeing the progress you're making. If you started today, a year from now, you look at yourself and you'll see the journey you would have taken. You'll actually not be able to see or like really recognize yourself. If you've seen any of my videos, I look back at myself last year and I'm like, wow, this is how I looked. Deep down, I didn't really focus much on how I looked, but now that I'm looking at it in retrospective, I'm able to see and I'm like, okay, this has been a journey. Okay. This is how I looked. If you're to look at this video, this is how I looked a year ago. That's my daughter. She was around, I think, 6 months. But now, that's how I'm looking now because I did not choose to give up. I didn't choose to give up. Don't choose to give up. Giving up is not going to get you the results. And if I can do it and lose fat, if I can do these things, right? You too can do it. The reason why I decided to document my journey, and actually it's the reason why I started my YouTube journey, is that I wanted to show women that irrespective of whether you had a child, irrespective of what you're doing, if you don't give up, you can achieve the goals and the results that you want. It all starts from how you think. It all starts from your mindset. At the start, your mindset is going to be poor. Allow yourself to have that poor mindset. But as time goes on, this mindset is going to change because you'll be looking at the identity of the person you want to go. I like to visualize my life in so many things. I visualize my YouTube. Right now, I'm probably on my 900 subscribers, but I visualize myself and I'm like, you know what? I am going to be at 10,000 subscribers a year from now. And I ask myself the question, what does a person of 10,000 subscribers do? This person of 10,000 subscribers shows up and records videos, even if no one watches, you know? And I asked myself when I was on my fitness journey, I've lost up to 60 pounds. I'm like, what does a person who weighs 60 pounds do? What does a person who weighs less than 60 pounds do? That person says, I am going to show up, whether it's raining. There've been days where I've wanted to stay in bed, but I'm like, it's raining, it's drizzling, my kids need me, but I still have to create that morning routine to move my body. Because if you pour out from a full cup, you have something to pour. But if I empty myself for my kids, my daughter is here, she's here. If you empty yourself from an empty cup, there's not going to be much you're going to give. But if you empty yourself from a full cup, there will be something that you can stay with, you know? So as women, we have to learn that we have to come first. It's not selfish to put your needs first. It's not selfish to create, even if 30 minutes to move your body. It's not selfish for you to prioritize your health because there are so many people who rely on us. My family, my husband relies on me. If I don't cook for him food, he won't eat. My kids rely on me. If I don't take them to daycare or school, they won't be able to do. If I don't work to earn a living. So there are so many things that pull us. But if you just decided to create yourself that routine of doing what you're supposed to do, life gets busy, life gets hard, but you can still live a life that you're happy of when you put yourself first in different scenarios, especially when it comes to your wellness and your fitness. Thank you, Brown. Thank you, Mingo with Brown. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. Yeah, it's been a journey. And of course, when you're starting out, you are having all these ideas. You're like, okay, will I achieve my goal? Will I achieve my fitness goal? But if I can do it, you can do it. And right now, I'm opening up myself to mentor other women. If you really want to learn from me, if you really want to change your life and achieve the goals that I have achieved and even more, right? Build your confidence, learn to put yourself first, build habits that are going to move you ahead. Even on career, I've done a lot of career mentoring for many people. I do it on my other YouTube. I have a second YouTube. It's called The Frame Solutions. But my type of coaching is a holistic coaching. I won't come here and tell you things that I've not done myself. I like to have that validity in my own life so that I can teach other people from my own point of view and what I've done and what I've helped other people achieve. I don't come here and I tell you, okay, do this or do this when I haven't tried it or when I haven't done it. That's why it was imperative for me to do the things myself before I could say, I'm going to take on women and teach them the things I've learned on my fitness journey. I'm going to teach them the things I've learned in my career. I have to be the proof. That's why they say that you can't go to a financial specialist who is broke. You won't tell a person to advise you as a financial advisor when they don't have anything to show for themselves. So if you really love how I do my things, I'm inviting you to join my membership. There's a wait list. It's going to launch on the 15th. I have 9 days to launch it, and it's going to be launched. And in that membership, we shall sit. Right now, it's for women. I'm going to work with women because I'm a woman myself, and I find it so easy to help other women because there are many things I've gone through as a woman that I feel other women need also tap in terms of knowledge, in terms of mindsets, in terms of habits, in terms of prioritizing yourself, even if it's starting yourself a side hustle. Right now, I've not been working for the last 6 months, but I've not starved. I have money coming in the things I do. I might not advertise them on YouTube or any of my social medias, but I have things that I'm doing that are giving me a source of income despite me not having my profession job. So it's all about being that kind of person who is able to take a bet on themselves. When you bet on yourself, you become unstoppable. There are so many things we end up not achieving in life because our mindsets do not prioritize us as humans, as women. I remember when I just had my daughter, my son, in fact, someone tells me, it's like, oh, Faith, you used to be very fit in your body. So say goodbye to this body. And I was like, watch me. You know, if you've known me for a while, you know I've always taken my wellness and my fitness seriously. When I had my son, of course, even then I weighed a lot. I think I was like 225 pounds at the start of my fat loss with my son postpartum. And that friend of mine was like, Faith, now say bye to this waist of yours. Wasp, she used to call it a wasp waist. But I was like, you know what? Watch me. Watch me. And at the end, I was able to lose all the weight. And by the time I conceived this girl, I was back to my pre-pregnancy size. It's because I betted on myself. I'm like, if I've done it all these many years, I can still do it. And it's really beautiful to see that when you put your mind to something and you achieve it, it actually creates more confidence that can percolate other areas of your life. If you decide to say, okay, my fitness is a priority, it's something I value my wellness, my fitness, and you work on that and achieve that goal, you can end up bringing in other values and working on those values because you'll be able to believe like, oh yeah, if I've done it in my fitness, I can still do it in my career. You see? So it comes down to that. So if you really want to learn from me, there's a wait list in my bio and also on all the videos that I've released. And in that wait list, of course, I'm going to release videos in the coming week, but I'm going to invite women to come and join me. We shall be having such lives. I'll give you workbooks. I'll give you exercises depending on where you are. Many people are scared of working out in the gym. Many people don't have time to work out in the gym. Many people can only afford to do home workouts. In fact, this whole month I've been recording a lot of home workouts that people can do. Many people don't know what to eat, how to eat to achieve the goals. Many people want to change their life, build better habits, create time for you to learn. Even after you've learned these things, you can actually pass them on to other women in your group. You can create yourself a side hustle teaching them about the things that I would have told you. So all the knowledge that I'm going to share in the membership, it's called Transform You. And Transform You means that we transform from our brains to the rest of our lives. Whether it's your career, whether it's your fitness, whether it's starting a business, all the things I'm going to teach you can be transferable in different areas of your life. If you have any questions, please leave them for me. I think I've been talking for a while. And if there's anything you want me to clarify, please leave it down and I'll be sure to help you. Otherwise, I'm here.
Let me talk.
Yeah, I'm waiting for people to ask me questions. Say hi. Are you going to say hi? Have you been crying? So yeah, so that's what it is. You want to say hi? Okay, say hi. Oh yeah. Okay, that's enough. So if you have any questions, please ask me. I'm waiting for the chat. Let me share the link to my membership. Hi, Rudo. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Tata. What do you think about intermittent fasting? Okay. Okay, what I'm going to say, Sunshine, about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting works. I've done intermittent fasting myself. I think I started doing it around March. I went on a 5-week fat loss challenge. Can you go sit down? Just go and watch some TV. I went on a fat loss challenge from March. I did a playlist on my YouTube. You can find it. It's called Fat Loss Challenge. And on that fat loss challenge, what I wanted to do is I wanted to lose fat because I love challenges. I love to challenge myself to do things that are different. And on that fat loss, I did intermittent fasting. I was fasting from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day, like 8 p.m. the day before to 12 p.m. the next day. And by the end of it, I lost, I think, 12 pounds. Yeah, I lost 12 pounds during that time. It works. Intermittent fasting works. How it works is that, of course, there's a given window that you can use to eat food. And in that window, your insulin, when you're not eating, your insulin levels are low. That means there are no spikes in insulin. You will not feel very hungry. The first days might be hard because your body's getting time to get used to the fasting. But as you keep doing the intermittent fasting, you will see that you won't crave food so much. And it will work in a sense that it creates a small window for you to eat. There's so much food that you can eat in a given window. Does that make sense? In the sense that if you have 8 hours to eat, you can't eat as much as a person who has over 24 hours to eat. And after you've eaten a meal, you feel full. By the time the next meal comes, probably you'll even eat less because you'll still be full from the previous meal. All these things work by reducing the amount of calories you're consuming. A fruit-based meal plan, fruits are more of sucrose, and sucrose is more of sugar. So I wouldn't advise anyone to go on a fruit-based meal plan. Reason being, fruits have micronutrients, but they don't carry so much of the protein. They don't carry so much of the protein. They don't carry so much of other nutrients that you need to sustain your body. So fruit-based meal plan, not really. I don't know how you're structuring it, but what I would advise is that, at the start of this video, I shared, if you can go back and watch, I'll clip out the part where people were not hearing me. But at the start of the video, you notice me, I talked about how to optimize your nutrition. Your nutrition should come down to eating enough protein. So long as you don't have any protein issues, especially when it comes to your kidneys, you need to eat enough protein to be able to see results. Protein is the most important food that you need to eat to see yourself lose fat, lose weight, get in the best shape of your life. And that's why you find that the industry The food industry, the fitness industry has over capitalized on people getting protein shakes, doing all those things, because they know they can make money by telling you if you eat a protein bar, it's enough for you. Eating enough protein comes down to knowing what sources of food are protein sources. We have chicken, we have beans, we have fish, we have seafood, we have pork, we have lamb, depending on what your diet is. But eating enough protein is the most important component when it comes to losing fat, because there are so many benefits that protein provide. Protein will make you more satiated for a long period of time. Protein will help you stay. Okay, we're about to go. We're about to go. It's okay. It's okay. Guys, my daughter is like, he's over me being here. But protein is going to help you stay satiated for a long period of time. Protein is going to help you burn fat, in the essence that you'll be full and you won't eat a lot of food. It's going to help you build new muscle, preserve the already muscle that you have, and it's also going to help in, I've said that, satiety. You're going to feel that you're satisfied and you won't be craving other foods. So protein is the most important component that you need to have. Fruits, you'll be just adding sugar in your body. All what you have to understand with nutrition, that everything that they say is going to help you lose fat, it's going to help you create a caloric deficit. And that caloric deficit, you only create it by consuming less food than what you are burning. When you're fasting, you're not eating. That means you're burning more than you are consuming. Anyone else with a question? It's okay, mommy. Shh. It's okay, mommy. It's okay. It's okay. I'm still waiting for any questions. Then I'll wrap this. I'll be able to do more of these lives soon. I want as many people to sign up to my membership. The starting price for anyone who wants to sign up is $30 per month. For the people here, if you've been here and you send me an email, if you sign up, there's an email. You can send me an email. I'll be able to give you a discount. I was looking into resistance band exercise or body weight. Have you seen? Let me see. I don't see this one. Okay, let me see. Have you seen results with these on muscle building? Okay. Resistance bands work. Okay, the mindset I want you to have is that resistance bands are going to work for you at the start. If you haven't been working out and you just got a resistance band, it will work for you for the start. But as you work out and you start seeing your body change, you get to a point where there's a plateau. A plateau means that you are not seeing a change in your body weight, you're not seeing a change in how you look. And what happens in the plateau is that many people give up because there are no results. Essentially, what you are is what you are. You get? But resistance bands will work at the start, and also body weight exercises. If you go on my channel, you'll see I've done a video. I think I did it at the start of my fitness journey. I've done an updated one. I'll post it in the coming week or so, where I share with you my updated cardio conditioning. Anything that allows you to burn calories, that allows your heart rate to go up, that allows you to move your body, is going to show you results when it comes to muscle. There are so many other people who do calisthenics. Calisthenics is when you use your body weight, let's say in push-ups, in pull-ups, in squats. It helps you, but you're not going to see the results faster than a person who has an access to a gym or a dumbbell or a kettlebell. They will work, but the results will be a bit slower. But if you're just starting out and you've not been doing these exercises, of course you'll see results. I hope that answers the question. Resistance bands are good to start with. So long as you have something to start with that. And as you keep seeing the results, you might be motivated to sign up to a gym. Yeah. Or what's important is to make sure you move your body, because people think fitness is all about looking good, but fitness comes down to even your vitals. There's a story I was reading about. There's a lady, I think she has a YouTube channel. She was telling us she's around 40 years, but she looks small from her age. Like when you look at her, she's slim and all. But when she went to do her vitals to be screened, they found that she had a lot of visceral fat. Visceral fat is that fat that hangs around your body organs, like let's say your liver, like your heart. And from just looking at her body, you look at her and you're like, oh, this person has been eating healthy the rest of her life, but she's not been incorporating exercise. That's what she said. But she found that she was at a very high risk of getting these lifestyle diseases of heart attack because she was not fit. People think working out is all about looking good and fitting in a dress, but working out comes down to also making your body organs that you don't see every single day, that you don't see, especially if you haven't had any surgery. You might never see what your body looks like inside, but it helps you stay in shape in the sense that you'll be able to see your body in its good state by working out. Working out is not all about how you're going to look on the outside, it's about how you're going to feel and how your body is going to function to help you do that different things. So when you're working out, just look at it as a thing that you're doing that is good for your body. Yes. So thank you guys for hanging with me today. I think the questions are done. If you want to join my membership wait list, that's the list. So far, I'm hoping at least 30 women join. If 30 women join, it will be very good. And I want to see you people get the results that you want. I used to offer free 30 minutes calls, but nowadays I don't think I have time to offer free 30 minutes call. But I'll do another live. Today is Thursday. I'll do another live next week again around the same time on Thursday morning. And if you have any questions, you can leave them there. If you have any questions, you can always get me on Instagram. Also, you can leave any questions on any of my YouTube videos that are already there, then I'll be able to answer them. Yeah. Otherwise, it's been lovely chatting with you, and I want to help as many women. My goal is women. Every day that I sleep, I dream about helping as many women as possible to live fulfilled lives, because fulfillment comes down to being clear exactly what you want fulfilled in. So thank you so much for hanging with me today. It's been lovely chatting with you, Sunshine. Thank you so much, Mingo with Brown, Esther, and I'll catch you in the next video and in the next live. Thank you so much and bye. Hi, mommy.